classic Superstars of Wrestling is on the air. Hi, gang. Brian Webster on duty, and this time around reading like a who's who of great professional wrestling action. This time, we'll take a look at some of the shooting stars of professional wrestling. Stars before they hit it big in the mat wars. And we've got some great ones lined up for you, as always, right here on the classic Superstars of Wrestling. What a way to kick things off. It's a bull rope match between second-generation star Dustin Rhodes and Gary Young as we get set to take you to the Sportatorium in Dallas, Texas. And recently, I had a chance to catch up with the legend himself, former NWA World Heavyweight Champion and first ever World Wrestling Federation King of the Ring, Harley Race, for his thoughts on Dustin Rhodes.
Dustin, in my opinion, when he started in wrestling, could have been NWA World's Heavyweight Champion, could have been champion at the WCW, could have been champion countless numbers of time at the WWF. He was that talented of a young man. At one time, I looked at Dustin as if he was my own son, regardless of the problems that his father and I had over the years.
Well, thank you, Harley Race, and boy, Harley, it was so great seeing you once again. One of the greatest NWA champions ever, WCW NWA champions ever in the history of professional wrestling. Let's take a look here at Dustin Rhodes. Here in the very beginning on Shooting Stars, he was trying to take after his father at this point. Bull rope, ready to go. He was already fired up, the real Texas Cowboy. Now he's with the WWF, and he's known as Goldust. A little different look at Dustin Rhodes.
As Bronco Lubitsch prepares to fasten the rope around the wrist of each of these two big men.
What's Dustin saying to Lubitsch?
I can't hear him any better than you can.
You know, if I didn't know Lubitsch better, I'd think he was trying to bribe Lubitsch, but I've tried to bribe Lubitsch myself. I know he's an honest man. It'll get him nowhere.
All right, Dustin is fastened into the rope with his left wrist, and the same will be done to Gorgeous Gary Young. Big bell hanging in the middle. And this jagged, raw rope can be used across the eyes, the face. Can be used as a whip. You've got that bell on there already. Here we go! And the bell rings in more ways than one.
Oh, Mark, that's no ordinary rope. Look at that thing. That thing could cut you in a million pieces if you're not careful. Dustin, he says he got this from his dad, but I can't believe his dad would have enough guts to crawl in the ring and strap it on him either.
Cowbell to the midsection. Elbow to the head.
Full body slam by Rhodes. Look at him. He's going to take that cowbell and use that bell early, Mark. That's his plan.
Here's Gorgeous Gary locked up. Drive by Rhodes.
What a kick by Gorgeous Gary. Now Gary's going to try and use that bell.
Coming up in the world last week, Terry the King Lawler. And now, the irrepressible Terry Garvin. You look great, Terry.
Thank you. Did you see what just happened? Dustin Rhodes went for a crossbody. Gorgeous Gary saw it coming, ducked, and Rhodes hit the floor.
Well, you know the big talk is something has to give between Gary Young and Dustin Rhodes. Now, give young Dustin credit. He is taking a beating, coming somewhat like a resurrection from the grave. He's coming back. But Gorgeous Gary has the veteran instinct and the killer instinct that I provide from Devastation Incorporated.
That's right, Ike. You know, one thing you said about Dustin Rhodes, he's taking a beating. Well, he was born into that. His old man's been taking a beating for 20 years.
Oh, certainly Dustin's father was king of the bull ropes, but now we have a different situation. And I think he's failing miserably.
Gorgeous Gary with a shot from that bell into the rib cage.
Actually, it's only imminent that young Dustin Rhodes will fall in a bull rope match. Can you imagine what a lousy epitaph to go and tell his father, I have been beaten in a bull rope match.
I I agree with that 110%. Gorgeous Gary's using that rope to his advantage. That's what this match is all about, Mark.
Great shot of the chokehold by Gorgeous Gary Young on Dustin Rhodes over there along the rope.
He may have just choked him into
And
unconsciousness.
Akbar gave a couple of shots there himself.
I didn't see that.
Back into the ring. Dustin Rhodes thrown back into a Gary Young clothesline.
That clothesline would have stopped a truck, Mark.
Akbar moving around with a great degree of arrogance.
You still want to bet $50 on this match now, Mr. Smart Man?
I would already have won. You said he wouldn't show up if you wouldn't get your money out in time.
The Gorgeous Gary's got that cowbell. Look at that thing. Jeez, it's about a foot in diameter, and he's beating Dustin with it on the back. Now he's going back, and he's got that cow rope around his neck.
Again, we point out the jagged nature of that coarse, rough rope. And Gorgeous Gary now has got it up around his nose and his eyes. Get him grading it around.
Boy, this match is not for the weak-hearted. You can't stand the sight of blood. You better turn the TV off, I believe.
Gorgeous Gary continuing to make it very, very rough on Dustin Rhodes. Gorgeous Gary just won't let go. Dustin's going to have to find a way out of this predicament.
I'm telling you right now, he's been working on those eyes for the last 30 seconds. He may be blinded the rest of this match.
Again, Gorgeous Gary Young really puts Dustin in a painful position. And Dustin Rhodes, in the midst of the rope lock around the face, has now been broken by Gary Young, who delivers a jab of the rope to the neck and face.
This is one of those matches. Anything goes. You can use that cowbell any way you like to use it. You want to whack it over the guy's head, that's fine. Hit him in the stomach, it don't matter. It's all legal.
Gary Young, you don't intimidate Devastation Incorporated. Make moves. Gorgeous Gary has proven to the world that he's a superstar, and he's really getting the job done on Dustin Rhodes. And mind you, a bull rope match.
Look at that, Mark. He's got him cut right over top of that eye. Right over top of that eye. He's used that rope, and he's got him opened up, Mark.
Gary Young really getting rough. There's one corner touch. If you touch four, you win. Four consecutively. If Dustin Rhodes pulls him off his feet or gets a fight going, then you have to start all over again. Two touch, three touch, one more, and he wins. Dustin's going to have to pull hard. Gary's got long arms.
Dustin would be smart if he just lay there, because he's obviously going to lose this match.
Akbar trying to help the touching effort by Gorgeous Gary Young, who's just that close. Dustin clips that leg, and boom! The elbow will cause the count to stop, and we'll have to touch all four consecutively again.
That was so close. He was inches away from winning this match. Boy, I wish I'd have bet you that money.
Your mind is so twisted, Terrence. The bet had nothing to do with the outcome of the bout. The bet was based on Dustin not showing up, and he did, so I win.
I bet he would. I bet he wishes he wouldn't have shown up now.
Dustin Rhodes moving very slowly as Gorgeous Gary's been in charge for 5 minutes now. Gary with a drive of that bell and rope to the midsection.
You know, I don't even know if Dustin Rhodes has ever been in a match like this before. I'm sure Gorgeous Gary has. He's been in this sport 13 years, Mark.
One turnbuckle touch. Two turnbuckle touch.
He's got it this time. He's got it.
There's three turnbuckles touched. And the fourth, will he make it?
Of course he's gonna make it.
Dustin again pulling.
He's so close again.
You must touch all 4 consecutively. Dustin pulling and tugging. Gorgeous Gary Young has to start over again as Dustin wouldn't let him touch that 4th.
It's bad for Dustin. He should have gone on and let Gary touch the thing and get it over with. There's a count. Dustin doesn't know where he is. He does not know where he is. He's gone. He was gone before he ever got in the ring. But he's really gone now.
Gorgeous Gary picks up the big Dustin, puts him down with a body slam. Grabs that bell. Grabs the rope. Tremendous shot with the bell.
It'll be a long time, I'll guarantee you that, before Dustin Rhodes asks anybody for a cowbell.
Dustin blocks one of the rights, delivers one of his own. Dustin has him high, takes him low. And Dustin is not through yet.
That's the first offense he's mounted in a while. First an atomic drop, and then a big clothesline. Now he's got that cowbell, and he's going to whip Gorgeous Gary in. Oh, what a shot to the midsection with the cowbell.
Tremendous body slam by Dustin Rhodes. And it's into the corner.
Dustin's up on the second rope. Oh, he's on the top rope. He's going to get on the top rope, Mark. I've never seen Dustin do this.
Down with the bell on Gorgeous Gary.
That's a lot of weight behind that cowbell, I'm telling you, mister.
Head in the turnbuckle. Fans chanting with Dustin Rhodes as he continues to punish Gorgeous Gary Young. 1 corner touch. There's 2.
No way, no way.
There's 3. 1 more and Dustin wins.
Gorgeous Gary's holding him off though, Mark. There's no way Dustin's gonna win this. Not here, not now.
Dustin struggling to get to that 4th and winning turnbuckle.
What a test of strength. This is just like the old tug of war.
Dustin struggling to get to the corner. Uh-oh. Akbar has signaled for the medicine man, Chris Youngblood. Ring the bell. The match will be stopped. The match will be over. But Dustin Rhodes will be a winner on the DQ rather than the standard way. And the medicine man is in here to gang up.
What a shot he just gave Dustin to that ugly head of his with that cowbell. Oh, that Indian's gonna do a war dance on Rhodes. Did you see that foot?
Gorgeous Young drug him down with the rope while the medicine man delivered the foot, and now it's going to be Torture City.
Oh yeah, they're gonna work on that big belly of his. What's Bourne doing in here?
Matt Bourne comes down just in the nick of time to bail Dustin out of this jam. You see Matt already lined up for his football bout with P.Y. Chuhai, which is coming up. And while he checks in and while the evildoers lead, we'll take a pause.
Fantastic way to kick things off here on the classic superstars of wrestling, the shooting stars of the Mat Wars. I'm Brian Webster, and we are going to take you back down to ringside in just a moment. Let's talk for a minute or two about the handsome stranger. He went on to fame, fortune, and infamy in World Championship Wrestling and spent a little bit of time in the WWF as Buff Bagwell. But before he was buff, tough, and the stuff, he was the masked handsome stranger.
Entering the ring area at this time, 237 pounds, from Monte Carlo, the handsome
interrupted by that goofy ring announcer. What I was saying was, I came up here to grace you with my presence, and maybe I thought, maybe I could help the ratings by staying out here and helping you two boobs with the commentary.
Ratings or whatever's over on Arts and Entertainment.
Listen, Hudson Hummingbird, I don't want any of your lip. You know what I'll do to get it.
Well, this should be a good scientific match between Stephen Dane and the handsome stranger coming out in the ring.
He's a jerk, man. That stranger's a jerk. He's a dirty. Look at him. Oh, hands and out and roses, kissing hands. Oh, isn't he Mr. So Sweet and Mr. Romance? Oh, la-di-da. Makes me sick.
Former tag team partners, Craig, if I may get a word in here edgewise, had some success in the tag team tournament for the Global Wrestling
Now, if
Federation.
you remember, they were annihilated by me and Rip Rogers in the tag team tournament. Thank you, Word. Word? Word to Scotty. That's right, homeboy Johnson and Mr. Hudson Hummingbird. Talk about it, Johnson. Talk about it.
Wow.
Well, you were talking about the fact that these two were partners in the tag team tournament.
Well, they certainly were. They had some good matches, despite what Scott Anthony comes up with. Going to be interesting to see how two former partners, I wouldn't say former partners, I don't remember any kind of falling out between the two, between the stranger and Steve Dane.
Well, looking forward now, although you do take shortcuts at times.
The only thing falling out is Hudson's hair. Let's just clear the air right here.
Good.
You like that? I see you laughing there, Johnson. You don't like Hudson either, do you?
Fireman's carry. Although you do take shortcuts, Mr. Anthony, you are an excellent freestyle scientific wrestler. You must appreciate matches like this.
First of all, if you don't take the shortcuts, you won't get to the arena on time, and you want to leave late. Secondly, yes, I'm a great scientific wrestler. In fact, in the Portland region, I was known as the wrestling expert.
Scott Anthony lending his expertise.
There's an awful lot about Portland.
And here we go. Look at that. Look at that stranger crying. What a sissy. Oh, a little handshake. Isn't that just sweet? Isn't that special?
Well, it's good sportsmanship. That's what you like to see out of these guys.
It certainly is, and you don't really see enough of that in wrestling. The good sportsmanship, the handshakes, the appreciation for each other's abilities, and we're seeing that between Stephen Dane and the handsome stranger.
That was a nice little series. An arm drag and a slam by the stranger. But, he's still a jerk. I hate him. Jerk.
We'll reiterate that Mr. Anthony's opinions are his own.
Not a lot known about the handsome stranger's background, Craig.
Oh, look at that. Look at that sissy clean break. What a bunch of sissies. There's some real men in there. That's a real man like that Soul Taker guy. There's a real man for you. You see it? Him and Bad News, they annihilated those two guys in the match prior to mine. You saw it, didn't you?
Yeah, we saw that.
There, weren't you?
Yeah, we'll manage to stay awake through that one, Scott. Thank you.
Reversals by both men, and they drop takedown with the leg scissors.
Leg scissor trip. And the stranger goes for the rope. What a wussy way to get out of a hold. Never see me doing that. I'd always fight my way or wrestle my way. Counter move, counter upon counter. Chain wrestling. That's how I get out of holds. But I do want to say something here that many people don't know about another wrestler in this area in the Global Wrestling Federation, and that's Steve Cox. Many people don't know that in the off-season, he makes a living as a Gary Busey impersonator.
I didn't know that.
Full Nelson by the handsome stranger as he has Stephen Dane in quite a quandary here.
A quandary, good word. Looks like Steve Dane's pretty stuck there.
Reverses it and goes into his own full Nelson. The stranger will try to power out of this one.
Not looking too successful at this point because he's a weakling. He's a weak man. Look at that. Oh, and he breaks with his foot in the ropes. What kind of wrestling nonsense is that?
One way to break the hold if last time I checked.
Seems to me to be a clean break to go into the ropes to force the break of the hold.
Not a manly way. Not a real He-Man kind of way. There's a real He-Man knee to the belly, though.
Well, I couldn't tell if that was a forearm or if Stephen Dane actually, out of frustration, might have thrown a punch down.
Tempers may be getting a little short here between Stephen Dane and the handsome stranger, as they are prone to do.
And into the corner, nobody home as the stranger out of the way.
Listen, I'll tell you, this is a tough, it's a volatile sport. Tempers flare. Whether you're fighting friend, you're fighting foe, it doesn't matter. Once you get in there in the heat of battle, you just want to win. The winner goes home with the bigger paycheck, and that's really the bottom line here. Midsection. Smart move by Steve Dane as the handsome stranger was going for a monkey flip.
Dane taking advantage of the situation here. Sunset flip attempt by the handsome stranger. Dane trying to keep his balance and goes down.
What a move by Dane. Hard hook by the stranger. 1, 2.
Nearly a count of 3 there. And Dane comes back with a powerful clothesline.
Dane's looking just a little more fierce today than he usually does. Seems like something's got his dander up.
On the heat of battle.
I just said that. Don't try and reiterate my words. Small package. 1, 2.
Well, the winner, the handsome stranger, and the handshake to his. Wait a minute.
Let's stay with this.
Wait a minute. What the people didn't see, it was off camera, was actually Chris Love pulled Stephen Dane's tights, and he thought the stranger pulled his tights. That's what happened. Now Dane's irate.
I didn't see that. Now, wait a minute. I was looking down at the ring, and it was on the other side of the ring.
Chris Love pulled a handful of Stephen Dane's tights. Dane thought the stranger did it. Now Dane's all mad at the stranger. This is great. Maybe Dane will slap the stranger around.
Well, this is horrible. What is the connection between Christopher Love and Stephen Dane?
I don't know. It looks like there's one now, though. There's been one, because if there was, why would Chris Love pull Steve Dane's tights? Something's fishy in Denmark. We're here in the Global Dome.
Scott, why don't you go down and try to find out from these two exactly what is up? As in the ring, Dane just pushes the stranger away.
We got us a little shoving match here. Chris Love's right there.
So even as far back as 10, 12 years ago, the handsome stranger certainly did have the tools to become a top superstar of professional wrestling. Another shooting star from way back when, who's gone on to big things in the World Wrestling Federation, is the man now known as X-Pac. And because of his quickness and tenacity inside the squared circle, when he was first starting out, they called him the Lightning Kid.
Kid has announced, as we heard, this is Chaz's last chance at the light heavyweight title.
There you see the light heavyweight championship belt being displayed by the official Rick Manning. And this match for the title, the Lightning Kid, saying that belt belongs to me. Why don't you just keep it over here by me? The Lightning Kid being checked. And
what is the kid doing?
Don't know. It looked like he might have been holding something in his hand as the official was checking him. Right off the bat, the Kid attacks Chaz, putting those boots right to the head, followed by the forearms.
Right off the top, the spinning leg kick. And Chaz in a bad way early. The Kid does not want to lose that title again.
The Lightning Kid out of Tampa, Florida, who beat Jerry Lynn for the championship in the tournament. Now just grinding the head of Chaz right into the mat. Double axe handle to the back of the head. The Kid not giving Chaz 1 inch. And now almost mocking the fans. The chop.
I think that hurt the kid a little bit. It was so hard.
Chaz with an elbow off the middle rope. The Lightning Kid with a belly-to-belly just to try to take him down. Now these guys are just going at it.
This isn't wrestling. This is just a pure fight. As Chaz really putting it to the Lightning Kid, and the Lightning Kid trying with everything he's got to give it back, and now he does.
Now the Lightning Kid just hitting Chaz almost. No, look at Chaz. Gets him 1, 2. We come out. Oh, so close. It's almost as though these two individuals just want to beat each other up rather than wrestle, as you saw just by the flailing chops. I don't know how many of those had any effects at all, but this definitely has some effect.
I don't know that the Lightning Kid is so much concerned about the title. Oh, no.
Right across the top rope. The Lightning Kid just choking Chaz across that middle rope. And look at this. Chaz with a bridge. Count of 1. That's 2.
Like I said, I don't know the kid is so concerned about the title as he is just inflicting pain on Chaz for embarrassing him on television and winning that light heavyweight title.
Well, Chaz with a side headlock here and holds on. Chaz holds on by a nose once again. 3 times and out.
I don't think the official did the Lightning Kid a real big favor on that one. And once again, Chaz moves in with a side headlock. And
well, that will end the momentum of the challenger on this occasion, the youngster from Los Angeles, California. He gave the Lightning Kid back into control.
He's arrogant, he's brash, but he is talented.
And now, who's got the backslide, but it's turned into a drop by the Lightning Kid. The Kid backs Chaz into the corner, sends him into the other corner, goes for the drop kick, and it's delivered right to the sternum.
Now the Kid moving in for the kill, maybe not.
Watch out, this is where he's at his most dangerous. When his opponent's on the outside, the Lightning Kid up to the top rope. Oh, but he misses! Chaz out of the way, almost knocking down our cameraman in the process. Uppercut, forearm. The Lightning Kid trying to get back into the ring. He does indeed get back into the ring. And delivers a blow to the back of the head on Chaz. Into the corner.
He just didn't have the energy to take advantage of the situation.
The Lightning Kid misses with a drop kick and man caught himself the wrong way.
You saw a good look at the face of the Lightning Kid, and there's another one. I don't have to tell you what kind of pain he's going through.
And the Lightning Kid better watch out, or else he might go off balance and take a big tumble. At least he comes up. But that adds a little bit of impact as Chaz delivers the elbow. You'd have to think Chaz has to go for the win here. Low Russian leg sweep. Chaz may have the title in sight. Count out. That's 2. That is the 3rd near fall in this match in favor of Chaz.
Chaz has been to the top of the mountain once already, although it was a short reign. He has had his taste, and he wants it again. He wants the light heavyweight title from the Lightning Kid.
2 shots out of right field as Chaz going up to the top rope. He sets, he flies, but he misses with the elbow. And the Lightning Kid has put something, it looked like he was adjusting his karate, but now he's putting something in there.
Oh, boy.
The way he delivers those kicks is devastating, but it looks like he might have it loaded up now.
He's loaded that boot, Craig. They're bad enough without it.
Watch out as the Kid kicks Chaz right in the head. Count of 1, count of 2, count of 3. Check the boot, referee, check the boot. Well, the Lightning Kid gets away with it.
Well, he's been known as Papa Shango, Kama Mustafa, and many other weird, wild, and crazy personalities. Now he's the ever-popular Godfather. But here's a classic matchup from a shooting star once known as the Soul Taker.
Says he's from Las Vegas, Nevada, going against the Avenger. Now, I'm familiar with a tag team known as the Avengers from Georgia, and I don't know if that's number 1, number 2, or even if he's a part of that tag team.
I don't think so, Craig. The Avengers in Georgia are a much smaller tag team than this particular Avenger here. But there's no getting around the Soul Taker. I don't care how big or how little you are. Take a look at this guy. Look at the tattoos on top of everything else. Here's something about how tough the Soul Taker is. It's one thing to see him in the ring, and he's not having such. There's a smart wrestling move. He bullies people around. Do you know how tough it's got to be on your body to get that many tattoos put on?
I have never had the displeasure.
I don't even like getting a shot, for Pete's sake, and this guy's got tattoos on him like the Mona Lisa. He's got like the Lord's Supper tattooed on him somewhere there, I think. This guy is really into tattoos, and that shows a lot of toughness.
As a matter of fact, in an interview for the 900 number recently here on the Global Wrestling Federation hotline, he told me that one of the tattoos on his, I believe, right arm is that actually of the Soul Taker, a mystical character from, I guess, the Middle Ages. Right now he's trying to take the mask away from the Avenger.
Well, the Avenger better be very careful. I don't think you can underestimate the Soul Taker just on face value. The man is just so big you can't underestimate him. I don't know that the Avenger may have taken him as seriously as he needed to, because the Soul Taker is really having his way with the masked man in there.
Irish whip and a chop to the throat that caught the Avenger by surprise. The Soul Taker, the former Catch Wrestling Association European champion, as he comes down with a leg drop on the Avenger, beats Scott Hall for that honor. The current Catch Wrestling Association European champion, a man by the name of Rambo. Duck under by the Avenger, but he's not going to be able to duck under the flying clothesline, courtesy of the Soul Taker. 6'6", 325 pounds of bad man. And you'll notice he doesn't even wear wrestling boots into the ring. Those are, I believe, motorcycle boots.
A man the size of the Soul Taker can wear any kind of boots he wants to in there. He won't get any gruff from me on that account.
Double chop to the midsection, followed up by the elbow to the back of the neck. Fans still filing into the Global Dome for our first event here in the GWF. That right caught the Avenger right in the chops. Into the ropes with a shove and a drop kick. You don't see many 325-pound men being that agile, but indeed he was. Let's go to Bonnie. She's standing by with some Soul Taker comments.
Okay, guys, we're up here with Kayla. What do you think about the Soul Taker? I think he's huge and scary, and he's doing very well here in the Global Wrestling Federation matchups.
Well, the fans may be a little bit upset about the Soul Taker, and he gets the win here.
The Soul Taker.
More still to come here in the GWF, including a recap of that serious situation between the Palm Beach heartthrob and the man known as the Handsome Stranger.
This time around on the Classic Superstars of Wrestling, we're featuring the shooting stars of the Squared Circle, stars before they hit it big in professional wrestling. And here's a mega icon of the Squared Circle. He's the Undertaker. The man has done it all, inside and outside of the ring. Here he is as Mark Callous taking on Bill Dundee in a classic matchup from the days of the USWA.
Mean Mark Callous against superstar Bill Dundee, our first match in the tournament. Dave, you've seen a lot of superstar Bill Dundee.
Yes, I have. Bill, I've seen since he first came to the States from Australia. He and his partner George Barnes were around the territory here. He is a young man, well, a veteran wrestler, maybe we should say, who has never stepped into the ring and felt that he was an underdog, even going against someone as big as Mean Mark Callous.
And speaking of a big man, Mean Mark Callous, Joe Pedicino, is about as big as they come in this business.
That's right. You know, he is formerly from the Skyscrapers, and they dominated, of course, the NWA for a year. And his partner still doing very well, but Mean Mark wanted to get out on his own and wanted an opportunity for a title, and this is it tonight.
Look who's doing well, the superstar, Bill Dundee, with a series of rights. What would you say the height difference is between these two?
About a week.
Mean Mark Callous, who held at one time the USWA Texas title, going against a former Southern heavyweight title holder.
It was one of the strengths of Bill Dundee right there. Even though he's not very tall, he was able to easily duck out of the way of Mean Mark Callis' right hand. His quickness, and here he did it again. And this time, though, little jabs, you know. Maybe that's just the way he's going. Well, now, did you see that? Yep. Downtown Bruno has to be considered a force outside the ring there as he tripped Dundee. Dundee, and now he's jumping up and down on him outside there.
Downtown Bruno, this is our first opportunity to see him here live on USWA Challenge. He likes to stick his nose where it doesn't belong.
You know, he had better hope that he doesn't make Bill Dundee mad, because if Dundee gets angry, he could handle Callous and Downtown Bruno.
Oh, what a leg drop by Mean Mark Callous. 1, 2, Frank Morrell counts it. But apparently Mean Mark just toying with a man from down under.
Boy, that could be a big mistake when you're talking about Bill Dundee. If you got a chance to pin Bill Dundee, you better take that 3 count and go on. Take a look now. This man reminds me of a little weasel outside the ring.
Fans refer to him as that, don't they, Dane?
Got the chant of Weasel follows Bruno as he comes into the area. Bruno originally out of Pittsburgh, but he has been in the USWA for some time now, and the fans don't like him, and that's why right there.
Superstar Bill Dundee having his problems with a big man from Houston, Texas.
Now look at this, look at this.
Oh my! Callous just throws him over like a slam dunk.
Craig, when was the last time you saw a man thrown over the top rope into the ring?
That's a way to take care of it.
Usually the other way around, of course. My goodness. I have been impressed since I first saw Mark Callous, his power and his size, and he's certainly demonstrating that so far.
I want to talk about one of the strengths of Mean Mark Callous. The man can fly.
That's right. Walk the ropes.
And that flight landed on the wrong tarmac.
Look at Bruno. Oh! Get it, Yankee. Whoa! Bill Dundee is mad. Dundee is taking it out on Bruno, but Craig, did it cost him the match?
As superstar Bill Dundee was distracted by Bruno. Superstar Bill Dundee loses on a count-out. Your winner, Mean Mark Callous.
And the action continues right here on the classic Superstars of Wrestling. We're glad you could join us for this special edition as we take a look at the shooting stars of pro wrestling. Stars before they hit it huge in the Mat Wars. We're going to take you down to ringside for a special tag team matchup.
We're ready for action.
Mr. Hot Property Billy Joe Travis decked out in his purple tights here on USWA Challenge.
He'll lock up with Tony Anthony of the Dirty White Boys. Tag team action here on the USWA Challenge. Tony Falk, your referee. Billy Joe Travis facing off against Tony Anthony, and a nice hip toss, but the elbow missed, and a beautiful arm drag.
What a perfect arm drag that was by Mr. Hot Property, Craig. There's a long-standing feud between him and these Dirty White Boys, and of course, Mr. Ronnie P. Gossett.
There's the wrist lock. Billy Joe Travis, Tony Anthony, and Anthony gets the upper hand with a knee, and a spin of the left arm.
Into the corner they go. Tony Falk with a count and a right, followed by a chop. You can hear that one down here. Woo! The loudest chops I've heard in a while. Reversal, Billy Joe Travis, and there's that arm drag again. Beautifully done.
If the FBI wants to take that dirty white boy's fingerprints, they can take them right off the chest of Billy Joe Travis, Craig. There's no doubt about that.
Billy Joe Travis with some textbook arm drags. And here's Jimmy Jack Funk. Funk with a kick.
The pride of the Double Cross Ranch, Amarillo, Texas. The famous Funk family.
The masked one himself. A right doesn't phase him, but a couple does. Hip toss right there.
There's a tag to the new dirty white boy, Tom Burton.
And here's our first look at the man who's probably the biggest. Yes, Ronnie? Ronnie's still blaming us.
He don't want to hear this Porky no more, he said. No comment from me.
A chicken wing being applied as he finally pulls down on the armbar. It looked like he was going to go for that chicken wing. Very painful behind the back.
You know, I don't think there's an ounce of fat on this new dirty white boy, Tom Burton, at all. He is solid as a rock. Look at him. Look at that chest. I don't know where Ronnie Gussett's finding these dirty white boys, but these are tough competitors.
Every time one seems to go away, a bigger and better one shows up, and Jimmy Jack Funk holds on to the arm despite the slam from Tom Burton of the Dirty White Boys, and there is the rotund one. Armbar as Tony Falk says, do you want to give this one up to Dirty White Boy Tom Burton? And the sounds of Porky providing ambience throughout the Sportatorium.
Billy Joe Travis waiting patiently over in his corner from that tag from Jimmy Jack Funk.
To the rope goes Burton. A step over, leapfrog, and monkey flip. Oh, and Burton may have hit his nose on that mat.
There's that tag, and Mr. Hot Property himself comes in, climbs right up to the second rope. Off with that elbow right on the shoulder of Tom Burton.
Nowhere to run or to hide from Hot Property Billy Joe Travis. He may have hurt his hand on that one.
That Billy Joe's got a tough right. Believe you me, I felt that right hand of Billy Joe before. He's a powerful, powerful man.
Billy Joe Travis with a wrist lock, and that's one way to break it. There's the tag of Tony Anthony, and once again,
Gusset warning, here he is.
You can tell these morons got their welfare checks today. They're out in full force calling me Porky. And you can look around and tell what these fat slobs, they have a lot of room to talk, calling a poor defenseless manager Porky.
Well, that speaks for itself, don't it? Billy Joe Travis here, he reversed Dirty White Boy right into the corner. He got the other one. Let me get out of the way.
Billy Joe Travis clearing house here at the Sportatorium.
We're in the most dangerous seat in the arena, Craig. There's no doubt about that.
Billy Joe Travis tries to get in, but Jimmy Jack Funk, the legal man. Into the ropes. Power slam by Tony Anthony. There's two, but that's all.
He managed to kick out. This ring jumped about 4 inches right in front of us. What a power slam that was, catching Jimmy Jack Funk.
Backbreaker by Tony Anthony, the Dirty White Boy. There's a count of two, but that'll do it.
Is he calling you a punk or me a punk?
I think he's calling us both.
Yeah. There's a tag to Tom Burton. Tom Burton steps through the ropes, comes in with a double tomahawk chop right to the bottom. Jimmy Jack Funk's lower spine.
And face lock into a suplex. Tom Burton nailed that one. Let's see if he can get the pin. There's one, but only a count of maybe about 1.5. Burton looking for the suplex. Oh, neck breaker. I thought he was going to go for that suplex again, but he nailed the neck breaker. There's a count of two, and Jimmy Jack Funk hangs in there. The pride of the Double Cross Ranch in Amarillo.
The Funk family, a very legendary name in our sport. Just like the Von Erich name, just like the Bourne name.
And now abdominal stretch by Tony Anthony. And he gets a little extra leverage from Tom Burton. And that hurts. That just pulls all the muscles in the midsection there.
Billy Joe Travis comes in trying to tell Tony Funk what's going on over there. But of course, the Dirty White Boys are masters of deception. There's no doubt about that. And he just acts like nothing happened.
What you couldn't see were the two Dirty White Boys changing without the tag. Tony Funk with the count says, you didn't make the tag, you got to switch back. So they will. And back to the abdominal stretch. He's got the tights. That adds extra leverage.
One hand he's got full of hair, the other hand he's got full of tights, Craig, and then look at this.
That will just pull those muscles so out of shape.
Billy Joe just can't take it anymore. He tries to step in to break it up, but Tony don't see what's going on behind his back.
Oh, there's Jimmy Jack Funk. Nice forearm and a forearm right back from Tony Anthony. Back and forth they go. A series of rights, then a boot. The tag to Tom Burton. Burton measures him and then goes for the, down into the lower back. Burton sets up Funk and a left hook. Back to the Dirty White Boys corner they go. A series of shoulders.
Boy, does that ever take the wind out of you, Craig. Back you up in those turnbuckles and run that shoulder right into the abdominal area.
And he sent him to the wrong corner.
Here comes Billy Joe. He's cleaning house.
Hot property with some hot right hooks. Action going wild and reverse atomic drop by Jimmy Jack Funk.
Billy Joe holds him up.
Billy Joe Travis has him. 1, 2, 3, but there's no referee there. Now Travis on the Gossett and to the back. Tom Burton.
He ran in right into Ronnie P. Gossett. This could be the end of the match. It is.
And the Dirty White Boys come away with it.
You could say this is an international event where the Samoans, Fatu and Samu, the missing link, who is from most anywhere, maybe the Stonehenge. He could have crawled out from the rock someplace. And Jason still in the American. The Samoans paddle their canoe right out there and pick it up in a hurry. Both of them jumping on the missing link. And right away, two Samoans are out of the ring. Link battering, pounding, and moving in on them. Great move by the Link. And while they're out of the ring, let me again offer an invitation to all our fans to join us in person as Fatu comes back in against the missing Link. All our fans join us on August 21st at Moberly, Missouri in the City Auditorium. Great event, great Wild West Wrestling and all its fans. And on that same night in Tulsa, Oklahoma, you're seeing at the Fairgrounds Pavilion. A great array of stars moving around the country. Look at Sterling up and over. A great backstand. Wide drop kick. Sterling. And the missing link. And it's Sterling and Link. What a combination. What a difference in style, but how successful they can be together. As Sterling moves in. And here he comes. Look out. Boom. Oh, caught him in the back. It is Fatu right now. On the top rope. Oh, these Samoans are rugged, rugged, rugged. Yeah, they moved all over the Pacific. They took charge wherever they went. Boom, up and again. The Link coming in. He wants to keep things straightened up. And the referee got things straightened out, but the Samoans are going in as a pair now on Jason Sterling, and they do it again, a double headbutt. A double headbutt. And now it is Fatu. Oh, Samu is in there now. Fatu and Samu look a lot alike. Well, the little keys, in case you don't know them. Samu paints the left side of his face, Fatu the right side, and you see where the paint is. Sterling high in the air. Jason, very resilient. He gets up a lot of size, a lot of weight, but he is tough. There's going to be a double right here, a double clothesline. That might do him in on top. Headbutt. The Link still trying to protect his partner. But the Samoans have to get the Link out. Sheeta's trying to tell the Link to come out of there. And they're still gouging, pounding, choking on Jason Sterling. Another quick reminder. July 29th. We'll see you at the Civic Arena in St. Joseph, Missouri. 1, 2, and not quite 3. Look at Sterling fight out of there. St. Joseph, Missouri, July 29th. Black Party against Wild Bill. Jeff Gaylord, Solomon Grundy, many more. And Sterling trying to come back, trying to fight out of the grass with the big Samoan. Here he comes. Oh, caught again in the midsection. A knee to the groin. And Link just is beside himself because he cannot get into this arena. He cannot get into the fight. While the Samoans do everything but take limb from arm and body on Jason Sterling. And now they have him both wrapped up again in another double shot. And Jason, like a fish on a hook, thrashing about. The Samoans hammering and Sterling trying to fight his way to the Link. Oh, there's a good shot. Still trying to fight back. Still trying to work his way underneath. He's very quick. And the Samoans are very, very tough. And now they've got him across the ring away from the missing Link. They'll try for the victory here. 1, 2. Oh, that's really not very quick. They're pulling off from that. There is Samu. Fatu in the ring. Nice move there. An interference on his partner's part, and they're so quick that they can come in. And now the Link has arrived. The Link with killing both butts, and he has everybody out of the ring. Jason Sterling still in trouble, though. Oh, a flying choke. And the Samoans still trying to emasculate. On top, flying body slam. 1, 2, and 3, and this time the Samoans have done it.